everyone, Kira here with my monthly project share. I have quite a few layouts and stuff to share with you guys today. So this is everything I made for the month of June, and I'm going to start with my guest design spot for Pretty Little Studio. So the first layout I have here is, like I said, Pretty Little Studio. I use the Sunny Memories collection for this layout, for all of my layouts, and I'll have 4 more layouts coming next month as well that I use this collection for. I'm not thrilled with how this one came out, but it was my first layout with the collection, and I always find that I'm always a little kind of overwhelmed when I first get a collection. I don't really know where to start, so I just punched out a bunch of circles and stitched over some of them, and just used this goofy photo of my son and did some mixed media behind it. And like I said, I'm not thrilled with how it came out, but I needed to get a project done just to kind of get over that you know, being stumped with this collection. So that was my first layout. The second one, this was actually, I did a layout for Ink Road stamps where, and you'll see that later on, it's down here in the stack, but where I did some circles that were die cut, and I did some mixed media around them, and I had all these circles, these right here, in my stash I was saving for who knows what, but I didn't want to get rid of them because I thought they were kind of cool with the mixed media around them. So I thought that I would use this collection to use up these circles and to make kind of a grid layout with them. So I just did some color blocking with the embellishments in the kit. This is fussy cut from one of the papers, and I put my journaling on there and stuck my my photo down here. This was just about Mother's Day. Went to the park that day, so I just did a little bit of journaling about that. The next layout is just about my son Elliot. He really likes taking selfies right now. He really likes the front-facing camera, so I just journal a little bit about that there. I have the photo next to one of the journaling cards, which I did the journaling on, and then just did some of the labels stitched down, and then color blocking on there as well, and I did some stitching here on this paper too, and then just added some of the embellishments from the collection. Then the last one I did is an 8.5 by 11 format, and I've been kind of experimenting with this size lately, and I'm not completely 100% sold on the size yet, but I'm giving it about a month before I make up my mind completely. So this one I used the stamp set from Ink Road Stamps. It actually coordinates with this collection. So Zinnia actually created both the collection and the stamp set for it. So I just stamped a bunch of the flowers in coordinating colors with this collection and some leaves, and fussy cut them out, and then added some of the stickers in with them, and the die cuts. And like I said, you can't really tell which is the stamp and which is the stickers because they coordinate so well. But it's just a picture of my son Elliot and about how he likes to have my hand on him while he's kind of laying there on the couch. And I did a cut file from the cut shop for my title, and I think it turned out okay. Again, this was one of my first times experimenting with this size, so I'm not 100% sold on it, but I'm getting more comfortable with this size. So those were all for Pretty Little Studio. Now on to my jelly bean soup project. So the first one is this layout here. I used one of their cut files, which was this big butterfly, and backed it with all these papers from this collection. And I did some mixed media behind the butterfly so it would stand off the page more. And I just talked about my son Jonathan and the journaling down here. And just thought it was kind of a fun, colorful layout there. This one, I love how this turned out. So I got this inspiration for this layout from somebody had posted on Instagram like a piece of home decor that was like a metal envelope, and then it had like flowers inside of it. It was really cute, and I was like, that would be cute as a layout. So that's exactly what I did. I made an envelope, so that's what this is, and then I used all these cut files from the Jelly Bean Soup Silhouette store and cut out a bunch of flowers and leaves and kind of created this bouquet with all these different colors. And the layout is a picture of both my kids at 2 years old. So they're both 2 at this, that's why the title is 2 at 2, because they're both 2 in these pictures. And I used to like to compare their photos to see how much they looked alike, but I love these pictures because I think it shows their personalities really well too. So Jonathan is much more serious, relaxed child. He's a lot more sensitive, and I think you can pick that up in that photo. And then Elliot is just my wild child, and he's just kind of a little monkey, especially when we take him anywhere. And these were actually both at the zoo. This is in Seattle, and that's here in San Antonio. But yeah, I just thought it was a fun layout to kind of view their personality differences in a picture. So. And then I added these little felt balls here. These aren't from Jelly Bean Soup, they're just from my stash, but I loved the texture and dimension it gave to this page. Then also for Jelly Bean Soup, I made this mini album I made for my husband for Father's Day. So this is actually an off, like, mosquito repellent tin. You can see the logo there. But I covered the top with these felt flowers from Jelly Bean Soup, and I added some paper leaves as well, and this little ribbon, just to kind of decorate the top and cover up that orange logo. So that's the top of that. And then the mini album just pulls out from inside, and it's both sides, has stuff on it. And I used the Too Cool for School collection, and you can see all the pictures of this on their blog, which I'll link all the blog posts that coordinate with these projects. I'll link them all below, but all the close-up pictures of what's in there is on the blog, so I don't need to show you guys all that, but I just wanted to show how cute that turned out. Next, we're moving on to wild hair kits. So this is using my June kit. This photo is a picture of my son Jonathan. We're still kind of like transitioning from no naps, or to no naps from naps. And so sometimes he falls asleep, you know, middle of the day. Sometimes he goes to sleep at nap time. Sometimes he doesn't need a nap at all. And it's just kind of a gamble which one we're gonna get. But I thought this was a cute picture of him, so I thought he was cute with his blankie on the couch. So I took a picture, and I grabbed this Dream On piece of ephemera. I thought it worked really well with this photo. And then I found all these other pieces in the collection that was like, I am dreaming big, living the dream. And so I thought that would be cute to add to this layout, just kind of go with the dreaming theme. But I just layered up, you know, a couple pieces of paper, did some stitching to add some texture, and then just kind of did a diagonal design across my page there. I added white splatters because I already had some black in the layout, but I wanted to add some white in there, so I did some white splatters there. The rest of my layouts for wild hair kits are in 8.5 by 11. Again, still kind of experimenting with this size. I did this title, I did cut on my Cricut. I just cut it out of plain white cardstock, and then I wrapped it with embroidery thread to give it some color and texture to there. And then I did some mixed media behind each of the letters and color blocked my embellishments. I think it turned out really fun. It's just, I love this picture. My son Elliot, he's got his sunglasses on. They're kind of wonky. He likes to wear sunglasses when we're outside, and I just think he's so cute when he wears them. And there's not really a story to go along with it, so there's no journaling or anything, but it's just a cute picture of him. And I always say that he looks so cool when he puts on his sunglasses, so that's why the title is Cool. And then another one with his sunglasses on too. He's so cute. I decided to do a grid design because I was kind of lacking in my mojo when I made this layout. And I think a grid design is a really easy way to create a quick layout and just kind of get back in the groove of scrapbooking. So I started with, well, the picture, but this cut apart. It says the great outdoors includes the patio, and I thought it worked because we're outside on the patio. And then I just added a couple more pieces of paper cut down to the same size as the cut apart sheet here. And then added some embellishments and some black splatters everywhere and called it done. This photo is of me and my son when we went to the beach. We went to the beach at the end of May. So I have a ton of beach pictures, and that's all I'll be scrapping in July. But this one is just me and him. You can see Elliot kind of photobombing us with his butt in the back. I use this cut apart, says Hello Sunshine. I added a tiny bit of stitching right here just to give it a little bit more texture. And I did it in black since I've got a lot of black on this side. I wanted to kind of balance it out. I did some fussy cutting, so all these florals that you see kind of peeking out the side are all fussy cut from a Simple Stories paper, and then added some embellishments and called that done. So on to Ink Road stamps. So this is the layout I was talking about earlier, where it had the circles cut out from this layout. So I did, I just sized out, you know, some circles. I think they're about 3.5 inches around. And I just lined them up on my 12 by 12 page, so they're about equal distance apart. I added some mixed media in the colors I wanted to use around each of the circles. And then I put the photo in the middle of my son. He fell asleep in the car with my husband's work hat on, so I thought it was cute, so I snapped a picture. And then behind all of the circles, I stamped in different colors, the same stamp to create this really cool pattern. So the stamp says Gangsta Napper, and it's actually like a dog stamp. It's for like, I can't think of the stamp set name, but anyways, it's one of the dog stamps. But I thought it worked well with this since he's got his little sideways hat on and he's napping, so I thought it was cute. So I stamped all those in different colors. Then I just went through all of my embellishments and I just grabbed a bunch and just, you know, color blocked all of these circles, and I think it turned out really cool, and it gave a really cool effect to this page. And this one for Ink Road stamps, I think this one turned out amazing. This might be one of my favorite layouts ever. I had these photos of my son Elliot. He likes to stand in his water table. So this is like it's like a sensory table that my dad made for the kids, and we put water in it. We put sand in it every once in a while, and they can just play with it, whatever. But he always gets inside, especially if it's hot out. So I had all these pictures, and I thought it would be cute to put them all on a page. There's not a whole lot of story to go along with it other than him being cute. So I actually started with this paper. It's like this ombre paper, and I was just gonna do one photo, and I decided to add the other ones. So I did like green down to yellow down to pink, and then I was like, oh, I'll do some mixed media behind there and do color blocking, because that seems to be my thing right now. So I stamped, all these flowers are from the Chin Up Buttercup stamp set, and I just I did some Copic coloring in the colors that I wanted, and then I actually kind of like folded up the flowers. I don't know if you can kind of see the dimension that it gave to the flowers, but I kind of, you know, folded them up a little bit so they looked more realistic, and then scattered them along the page with some other embellishments. I think it turned out really cute. Last one for Ink Road stamps. Oh no, I lost a dog. Where did it go? Huh, I'll have to look for that. There should be another dog here. Anyways, this is a layout about my dog Folsom, who has never really been a stick eater or into sticks at all, but somehow in his old age he's decided he likes sticks. So that's why it's called Acquired Taste. But I did like these film strips, cut files, and then I stuck little dogs in each of them, and then behind there I did some stamping and kind of created a pattern with another stamp, and it says, "Excuse me, are you gonna eat that?" And I thought it worked well with this photo of him chewing on a stick. And yeah, I did some mixed media behind there, added some splatters, and called that done. All right, the next couple are for the cut shop. So this one is using this Paradise cut file from the cut shop. I sized it as big as I could go, so I think it's like 11.5 inches wide. I put my photo behind the letter A. I thought it coordinated really well with this collection. I think this was using mostly my May wild hair kits. And I stitched around the cut file with some white thread just to give it some texture, and then just added some embellishments and called it done. This one was using the this new toucan cut file, which I think is really cute. I backed it with these papers from the Confetti Wishes collection, and then stitched around it in coordinating colors. I got all of this stuff from my bestie for my birthday, so I thought it would be cute to use on a layout. And I added this is like a little clothespin she had added on in my box, so I added that on this little toucan and titled this Party Animal. You can read about what this layout is about on the Cut Shop blog if you're interested. Now moving on to Citrus Twist. So I did this layout in my Traveler's Notebook. This is using the Pocket Life Kit mostly, and I'm documenting this picture of my kids. They like to pretend that they're Mario and Luigi, and so I came up with this game where I drew Goombas on our pavers and they go around and stomping the Goombas. It's just a fun little game we play, so I thought I would document that, so I just did that little story in my Traveler's Notebook. Another photo of my son Elliot in his other water table. So this water table he got for his birthday from his Alaska grandma, and he decided to get in there one day when it was hot because I didn't want to fill up the pool, so I filled this up instead, but apparently he wanted the pool filled, so he just got in there. And so I pulled from the colors of these pictures because the yellow really stood out to me, and it matched really well with this yellow pom-pom trim we got in the kits. And then I just kind of tried to keep with those colors with the papers I chose. I just punched some stars and used my Cricut for some of the stars. I did some machine stitching up the layout just to add some texture to the layout. And yeah, there wasn't really much to say about the picture. I think it's kind of self-explanatory, so I didn't do any journaling on that one either. This one was for Sunday Sketch, and then I stuck really closely to the sketch for this one, and you can check out the blog to see what this original sketch looked like, but I think it turned out really cute. This is my son Elliot. He really likes water. Just a lot of layouts this month with water, I guess. This is at the Pearl Brewery at the splash pad, so he just really likes to play in there. I got a couple cute pictures of him and just journaled about that there. This is for Colorcast Designs. This was for the May release acrylics. So I think you can still find these in the shop, though. I don't know that they're sold out yet, but I love these frames. I think these frames are so cute. And I knew I wanted to use them, but I didn't know how. So I actually scrap lifted myself with this one. So I told you this was my favorite layout that I had ever made, and so I decided to make another one. So that's basically what I did here. I just picked out 3 pictures that I thought would work with this and layered the frames over top, and then just did some mixed media behind and some color blocking. Since this one was white, I decided to go with a light blue color scheme for the top, and then green, and then the teal for this one. So but I think that turned out really cute. I'm happy that I scrap lifted myself. This one is for the June release. If you haven't checked out Colorcast Designs, Jessica's now making these Traveler's Notebook covers, and they're wood and they're like engraved, and she's got a few in the shop and they're super cute. I think they're $10 a piece. and I just love them. And so I wanted to, for all of our beach pictures, I wanted to include it in a single traveler's notebook. So I ordered one from her, this summer one. I think it's really adorable. And I started scrapbooking our beach photos. So this was the first one I did with the June releases, and I used a summer days piece, and I got this picture of my son Elliot. In probably about 90% of the photos that I took that day at the beach, he's got a Doritos bag in his hand. So all the pictures he's like eating Doritos, but that's okay because it's cute. And all these little seagulls are like behind him wanting to get his Doritos, and literally that's all the pictures I took of him. But I used the summer days, and I used the confetti to kind of sprinkle up the page there. And that is that. I also put another one, this is kind of like the title page, just a photo of us, me and my boys. Chris isn't in the photo, obviously. And then there's this summertime piece. And then I did the date over here on the inside of that. So I'll be adding more to that in July. So that, I believe, is all of my projects for June. I will link everything that I can down below, all of the blog posts and everything. If you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments below. And I thank you so much for watching. You guys have a great day. Bye.